Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, bit of a sad video that I have to make. I think if you have a boxing channel and you say you're a boxing fan and you love boxing, you got to make this video. If you haven't heard already, it's been reported that the famous gym, probably my personal opinion, greatest American boxing gym of all time. One of the best boxing gyms of all time. Forget America. One of the best boxing gyms of all time. It's been abandoned for a building has been abandoned for quite some time, but it's been reported that the Kronk Gym, the building of the original Kronk Gym, it was destroyed by fire over there in Detroit. And this was reported on to happen around this past Saturday, at 9:30 at night. So not good news at all. I think it's kind of it's real sad because Kronk Gym, should be one of those places in boxing, I feel, and I don't know why Detroit didn't do this. The city of Detroit didn't do this in the first place, but Kronk Gym was one of those places where they should have made it a landmark. They should have, years ago, they should have tried to protect that building and make it a landmark and something that, the community of Detroit could be proud of. Now, I do know that they have a different building now that they use somewhere in Detroit, and it's Kronk Gym. But listen, the original Kronk Gym is how that gym's name became anything in the first place. And for those of you who may not know anything about Kronk Gym, which I highly doubt if you're watching this channel, you probably know about Kronk Gym. But if you don't, Kronk Gym, trained some of the best fighters in the 80s and the 90s. Emanuel Stewart are probably, in my opinion, the greatest boxing trainer who ever lived. Trained so many different world champions, guys like most famously Thomas the Hitman Hearns, Vladimir Klitschko, Lennox Lewis, Michael Moore, Gerald McClellan, John David Jackson, Dwayne Thomas, Hilmer Kenty, just so many champions that this guy had a chance to work with, and so many guys that he took and he built as great fighters. Tommy Hearns being the most famous, of course. It's kind of sad that a place with that much history was destroyed by fire. And according to this report that I'm reading on boxingscene.com, it's saying that who was it? They got some quotes here actually from Tommy Hearns himself, because Tommy Hearns wound up going to the site of the Kronk Gym that was burned down by the fire, and he actually had some quotes on the Kronk Gym, and here's what it said. He said, I quote, "It's just sad to see that people didn't value this place like we did. What this building brought to me was a chance at life. I got a chance to become somebody out of this building right here. To see it like this is pitiful, really pitiful. I hope it meant to Detroit as much as it meant to me. This was a safe haven for myself." End quote. So, Tommy Hearns commenting on the place where he became world champion, the place where he became, the hitman. And it's no longer. And the building's been, out of commission since 2006, but still, I feel like, I don't live in Detroit, so maybe this is not my place to speak on it, but, that's somewhere that should be, that should have been declared a landmark, and they should have, protected that building a little more. And it sucks to see that, the Kronk Gym was established in 1971, in the early 70s with Emanuel Stewart, kept a lot of people in Detroit off the streets, in the gym, learning the discipline of boxing. And, by 1978, they had produced their first world champion in Hilmer Kenty as he picked up the WBA title. And that's what really put the gym on the map. And, later on, as the gym progressed, as the years went by, particularly in the 80s, Tommy Hearns was probably the guy that really put that gym on the map. And then you had the guys like Michael Moore, Lennox Lewis, and just dominant champions that worked with the great Emanuel Stewart. And, I live in a unique environment, a unique place in the world as far as a unique place in the boxing world as far as trainers are concerned. South Florida, not a lot of the boxing media is here. I would say I probably have the notable YouTube channels, and I'm not gonna say I'm the huge YouTube channel, but I got a little something. All the channels on YouTube, I'm really the only one from South Florida, and I've had a chance to really get to know a lot of the trainers here, and ironically, two of the guys who I probably become close with as far as trainers go or coaches go in boxing here in South Florida are two guys that actually worked out of the Kronk Gym in Detroit. One guy, as you guys may know, in my interviews last month that I dropped, Stacy McKinley. Stacy McKinley, most known for his work with guys like Mike Tyson. He also worked with Tony Tucker. Now he's working with Amir Imam. Also worked with Shannon Briggs for a little bit. So he was from that school he worked out of the Kronk Gym. In fact, at his gym here in South Florida, the walls, because he just opened up a gym, the walls are literally painted just like Kronk Gym, and he's trying to recreate that here in South Florida. That's going to be kind of hard, but still, he worked out of that gym. He's from Detroit. He's an old school boxing trainer. So I've had a chance to get to know about the history of the Kronk Gym through guys like him and, Jesse Robinson, who you guys may not be as familiar with, but I've also interviewed him here on this channel. Jesse worked with guys out of the Kronk Gym as well, and he knew Emmanuel Stewart pretty well. So even though I never went to the Kronk Gym, I know a little bit about it. And even though like the building wasn't technically running, it's always like I kind of always wanted to go to Detroit and see that for myself, and now it's not there, so it kind of sucks. But yeah, that's the news, man. Kronk Gym has been burned down by fire, and not a good day for boxing. So it is what it is. Emmanuel Stewart's no longer here. Kronk Gym's no longer here. So it almost feels like even though the building has been kind of not running for years, it almost feels like in a way like a small part of boxing is no longer there, and it's not cool. So let me know what you guys think. Kronk Gym, the original site of the Kronk Gym that trained dominant world champions, great world champions, Hall of Famers like Tommy Hearns, Lennox Lewis, Michael Moore, guys of that nature, Gerald McClellan as well, is no longer there. The original building is no longer there. It's been burned by fire. It happened this past weekend. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know if you have any, because I know a lot of people watch these videos, if you have any special memories of the original Kronk Gym, because people who watch my videos a lot. They've been in boxing for longer than I've been alive. So if you have any Kronk Gym stories or Emmanuel Stewart stories or just anything in regards to the Kronk Gym that you want to talk about in the comments down below, leave them down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just giving you. So until next time, take care, guys.